Hi Pisces, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Casey's Tarot. So we're going to do a love reading for you guys today. This is going to be timeless, alright? So take what resonates and leave what doesn't. This does relate to your sun, moon or rising as well, guys. So this will be a love message between you and your person, alright? So I sort of want to get into your past, your present, and where you guys are heading, alright? So I feel like in your past we got the hustling card, okay? So I feel like there was a heavy focus surrounding money or sort of getting it. So I don't know if you guys had a tendency to sort of care a lot about how other people viewed you, okay? I feel like there's a heavy sense surrounding trying to keep up with maintaining some sort of image with this hustling card. I feel like there was a heavy emphasis about showing up inauthentically in your past, okay? And this was something that was quite draining to maintain, if that makes sense. And I feel like this is heavily connected to your person. So I don't know if someone sort of had a tendency to sort of try and maintain an image to a point where it was quite draining, okay? And I feel like this is something that you sort of came out of alignment with, okay, when it came to you and your person. So I don't know who it is. Energy is fluid, so it could be you or your person, but I feel like there was a heavy emphasis surrounding maybe trying to maintain some sort of image that was quite draining. And I feel like you were sort of dealing with energies that weren't vibrating on the same level as yourself, okay? And this caused some sort of friction within your situation. All right. Now, in your present moment, we're getting the shine card. Okay. So I feel like with this shine, I feel like you're starting to show up differently. Okay, Pisces? You're really starting to show up differently. And I feel like your light irritates their demons. You're trying to show up more authentically, but I feel like you're heavily bound by this past energy, by your person, okay? So I feel like you're trying to show up differently. I don't know if you've sort of taken up some sort of practices that are completely different from anything that you sort of followed in the past, guys, because I feel like there's been some sort of shift within you. Your perspective has sort of shifted, but you're viewing things in a different light, and it's irritating this person. I feel like moving forward, there's a sense of one person trying to go one direction and you trying to go the opposite direction, if that makes sense. But it's sort of irritating this energy, all right? Now, I feel like when it comes to moving forward into your guys' future, I feel like there could be some sort of issues surrounding maybe some physical items or maybe something to do with the law, but I feel like there could be ties connected to this situation. And you're sort of, because we got the careless, okay, careless. So I feel like when it comes to this, you sort of are worried maybe about some physical possessions that you could be losing when it comes to the situation, okay? I feel like there's more to the situation that could be lost when it comes to the situation, which is making it a bit more harder to sort of detach from this energy, all right? Because I feel like there's surrounding energies when it comes to this. There's something linked to some sort of worry about other sort of scenarios or other things or other energies that could be affected by this shift if you were to take this decision forward, okay? But we're going to get a little bit deeper with the tarot, guys. So we'll take it back here and sort of see what was happening with you, what energy you were carrying, and sort of what energy your person was in at the time. So we're going to start with you, Pisces, and sort of pick up what it is that it was hard to maintain when it came to this image that your person tried to maintain. So I feel like this cycle was definitely draining, guys. It was definitely something that you've sort of repeated over and over again, and it was hard to maintain, okay? I feel like when it came down to it, guys, you've got the Ten of Cups coming out with the Queen of Swords. So I feel like when it came to this situation, you got real sort of, you took the blinders off. You got honest with yourself. And I feel like your emotional happiness meant more to you than the image that you guys were trying to portray, okay? And I feel like this truth that sort of switched your mindset was that your family's happiness and their emotional state means more to you than what the image of your relationship looks like, or sort of, you know, shifting our focus. I feel like if we sort of focus too much on sort of how other people viewed us, I feel like you were starting to look within, all right? You were starting to look at the people that were sort of Like, I feel like it was like an energy where you were over it. You were over trying to maintain this image. And I feel like it was taking a real jab at your emotional state, like trying to keep up with this, because it wasn't your authentic self. Okay? I feel like you constantly felt like you had to fake it to make it when it came to the situation. And it just wasn't vibing with you anymore. Alright? I feel like you wanted this happy family. You wanted this cycle to sort of work out. But it was so hard for you to maintain. And I feel like because you were starting to intellectually sort of view things on a different perspective from your other person. And this caused some sort of friction, alright? This caused some sort of friction. And I feel like this is something you tried to speak up and be honest about. But there was some sort of pushback when it came to this, alright? There was some sort of pushback. So I feel like if your person sort of had the tendency to sort of overreact when it came to the situation, because I'm getting the 10 of Cups, guys. There was definitely some sort of happiness surrounding this. Like, you did see longevity when it came to this situation. But I feel like your person, if they have a tendency to sort of blow up and overreact, because I'm picking up that they sort of didn't take this communication too well. I feel like it was beneficial and you're more trying to help this person, but that's not how they viewed it. Alright? So I feel like they felt quite jabbed when it came to this honest truth. I feel like they sort of felt like you were just trying to sort of bring them down constantly. Like, there's a lack of self-worth here. There's a lack of looking within, a lack of self-awareness. And I feel like this person needed this sort of epiphany because it was something that they were trying to uphold, but they were sort of blinded about where you were trying to come from, okay? So I feel like you might have sort of released this energy, and when you did release this energy, your person felt like their whole world had crumbled, basically. They sunk into some sort of negative state. I don't know if they made some sort of bad decisions or maybe did something that they felt like they couldn't come back from, okay? But this caused them to go into reflection and sort of rest mode. So I feel like when this sort of took place, this completion and sort of you standing up for yourself and setting your boundaries, this person, instead of sort of understanding where you were coming from and trying to see it from your perspective, this person was thinking on a more materialistic realm, okay? So, like, I don't know if this sort of affected them materialistically or sort of took jabs at their image, okay? Because this person likes to show up like everything's fine. And I feel like how other people view this connection was really important to this person. And I feel like when you came out and spoke your truth, it absolutely tore them apart, right? Because I feel like they were embarrassed. There's heavy like conflict surrounding something that was pretty solid being torn apart, okay? And I feel like it's because their perspective, they're very narrow-minded. They don't want to see where you're actually coming from, okay? There's a lack of sort of listening. And there's some sense of sort of self-sabotage when it comes to this, all right? But a heavy, heavy sense of embarrassment, confusion, but something that they can definitely come back from, but they're not allowing themselves to think like that, all right? Because I feel like the mindset shifts are completely different between you and your person. I feel like you're trying to benefit your family by doing things to really benefit your family's emotional and spiritual growth, whereas your person sort of self-sabotages because they're more worried about other people and sort of surrounding the imagery of your connection, all right? There could be family and kids involved with the situation as well, guys. But I sort of feel like there was some sort of like impulsive energy in the past, guys, and some form of self-sabotage when it comes to your person, all right? So they could have made some sort of mistake, but they didn't feel it. Like, I feel like they felt quite hurt, quite blindsided. It was something definitely unexpected, but their perspective in comparison to your perspective was, they just weren't aligning with your energy at the time, all right? And I feel like instead of seeing it for what it was, they sort of self-sabotaged. So I feel like the current energy for you, you're very self-focused, okay? So I feel like you've been sort of waiting for this energy to come back around. You are quite self-focused. I feel like you've done a lot of emotional work on yourself, okay? So I feel like if you had a tendency to sort of Not allow other energies to sort of influence the way that you think about things. At the moment, you're sort of standing up for yourself and breathing wisdom into other people surrounding you. You're surrounding yourself with people that are more on your level, okay? So I feel like this could be a form of emotional and spiritual growth. I feel like you're allowing yourself to be more present. I feel like when it comes to this energy in your past, I feel like you're not allowing it to sort of mix you up, okay? Which is some really strong energy, guys. I feel like you're sort of stepping out in your power, all right? You're speaking your truth. You're not allowing other people to sort of intimidate your light, okay? You're speaking your truth. I feel like your communication style, there's been some sort of switch up to your communication style, all right? But you're speaking up. And I feel like you're speaking up more authentically, all right? And you're understanding how to speak from a more of a heart space. So I feel like there's some form of wisdom or some form of growth when it comes to your emotional stability. And you're not allowing things from your past to come in and affect you in a negative vibration, okay? Because you're showing up more in tune. And you're also putting yourself out there. You're putting yourself out there. You're getting familiar with, like, not remaining in hermit mode and really putting yourself out there and vibing with different energies, because I'm picking up that you're sort of just vibing out on your own at the moment, okay? I sort of want to see what your person's up to, because I do feel like there's some sort of spying happening here. Oh, wow. So I feel like when it comes to your person, guys, I feel like there's been some sort of expansion when it comes to the growth within this connection, okay? So I feel like with this King of Cups and this King of Wands, there's been some sort of respark, okay? And I feel like this has come back tenfold better than what it was in the past, all right? So I feel like if this is a past energy you were dealing with, guys, I feel like I'm picking up this could be a separate situation, though. This could be a separate situation, or this could be the same person, but whatever this is, guys, there needed to be some sort of healing that took place to be able to bring you guys into a higher vibration, okay? There's some sense of action and some sort of emotional growth as well as physical growth, guys, that is bringing this connection back together. We're learning to love life again, right? And I feel like whoever it is that you're dealing with definitely still holds a flame for this connection, okay? There's a sense surrounding action being taken, all right? Someone that's very protective. So I feel like your person that you are dealing with is quite protective when it comes to your guys' energy, all right? So this is someone that sees you as someone as theirs, and showing up as the King of Wands, someone that is very protective of your energy. So I don't know if there's some worries surrounding maybe you moving on, right? Because we got the Lovers card and the King of Wands. That's someone who's absolutely certain that you're their person. Okay, this is a very protective energy. This is someone that will stand up for you. This is someone that will make moves to make you happy. But I feel like you're that healed that you aren't seeing. You can see this energy, but you're leaving yourself open, right? You're leaving yourself vulnerable. I feel like you're just naturally attracting this energy because you've grown up and you've sort of grown up in a state where you know you're going to get what it is that you need. You know that your end result is going to be nothing but what it is that you've manifested. So you're absolutely vibing and you're keeping your options open. But I feel like when it comes to your person, there's a heavy sense about them being completely focused on you, okay? So I want to sort of look into a future and sort of what's happening coming up for you and your person, guys. This is really good energy, but I feel like your person's in better energy as well. I feel like once they learn to stop sitting in this victim mindset and sort of taking action and pushing forward with it, what it is that they want to do moving forward, guys. You guys are sort of vibing on more of the same energy. So I feel like when it comes to this situation, guys, I feel like you could have still your options open, but I feel like this person is definitely heavily focused on you. I feel like when it comes to your person, they're resisting change, okay? But I feel like moving forward, there's going to be some sort of, because I don't think they see it for what it is, but I feel like you're in more of a vibration where you have your options open and there's been a lot of restrictions from the past, okay? But I feel like your person is actually trying to avoid the healing process. I feel like when it comes to some sort of trust issues or some lies and deceit, I feel like they're restricting themselves because they refuse to sort of look within, okay? So I don't know if they sort of have a tendency to sort of run away from their problems or sort of abandon ship. But I feel like there's some sort of running energy here, okay? There's going to be some sort of switch up. some sort of change that takes place. And with this change, there could be some truth, all right, that sort of comes to light. And that's dealing with your person. So I feel like there's sort of, you've got your options open, but I feel like your person's completely hooked. But I feel like once this sort of truth comes to light, guys, there will be a change in perspective, and this will allow this energy to sort of push forward, okay? Now, when it comes to your situation, I feel like when it comes to the situation, guys, it's a cycle that we've sort of put an end to, okay? And we're sort of grieving this process and sort of coming out the other end, okay? So I feel like it's something that you're letting go of because it was no longer beneficial to your emotional state, okay? And I feel like we're sort of making moves, pushing forward and allowing things to sort of attract towards us and not allowing ourselves to sort of sit in this lack mindset, because I feel like there's growth and expansion coming for you guys. But I feel like the more that we try to hold on to this situation, the more we're going to resist any sort of change, okay? And I feel like that's on both ends. I feel like that's on yours as well as your person's end. But I want to get a couple more oracle cards to sort of see what's going to happen moving forward, okay, for you and your person. So I feel like when it comes to the situation, there is definitely something or some sort of energy of your person still sort of holding on to your energy. And I feel like you're well aware of this. There's still some sort of energetical attachment. But I feel like this is something that you will need to dust off, okay? So it's definitely something that you will need to release to benefit you within the long run, okay? There's some heavy resistance to change, but I feel like once this truth does come to light, that's when both parties will be able to push forward, moving forward, all right? So definitely take care of yourself, Pisces. And if you'd like a private reading, the link's in my bio.